Becoming Michelle Martin, a digital leadership story. This, above all, to thine own self be true. See the little one in the front? That's me. Other than the clear aging, not much has changed. The younger Michelle was hopeful for a better future for those less fortunate. The older Michelle is determined to make the hopes of her youth a reality. As an educator, I choose to be a voice for the voiceless and an advocate for those who are often systematically oppressed and disenfranchised. I come from a huge family. This is only a small portion. Daughter of Genevia Roberts Turner, born in Utica, Learned, Mississippi, to a farmer and a homemaker of Irish and Native American descent, and Emmett Turner, born in Harlem, New York, and of Haitian descent. My maternal grandparents consist of an Irishman and Native Americans, while my paternal grandparents are Haitian Americans. Strong vocals can be attributed to my father, who was a member of the Harlem's Boys Choir growing up. My strong presence and compassion for children and families can be attributed to my mother, who was born a caregiver. She has cared for children since she was a young girl, assisting her mother with her siblings. Her love for children developed into a 43-year teaching career, the adoption of children, and the fostering of over 100 children in her home. My parents were always very active in the community, from leading the PTA to hosting Vacation Bible School at their home. My mother worked for the county's Human Resource Agency for years, teaching job skills to young mothers to better assist them with the caring for their children. My father was a recreational sports director for Job Corps. They both lived a life of servant leadership that my siblings and I strived to emulate. After the passing of my father when I was 9, my brothers, who are 9 and 10 years older than me, really stepped up to fill our father's shoes. They continued to teach me about working to ensure that the rights of those who possess the least were as valuable as those who possessed the most. They continued to pour into me a love for music and the arts, which would lead me to begin traveling and working with them as an artist in residency in many Title I schools. The exposure that I had to children who wouldn't have otherwise had an opportunity to participate in the arts really resonated with me, thus birthing my desire to work with those from underrepresented and underserved communities and populations. Understanding that my father was born at the peak of the Harlem Renaissance and my mother was born in Jim Crow, Mississippi, yet managed to meet and have a shared desire for educating and serving underrepresented and impoverished children and families is not a coincidence. The fact that my siblings and I share the same desire is not by happenstance. Being raised in an environment that was driven by the need to help others actualize their dreams is precisely how I would develop into the educational leader that I have become. A strong desire to see those who have been historically disenfranchised overcome is what has driven my leadership story. Being raised by educators to value and appreciate equity for all is the reason that I am so passionate about what I do. I believe that an equitable and culturally responsive education should be accessible for all students. I honestly believe that teaching might be in our DNA. My parents were educators. My sister and I are both educators, and my brothers both have been artists in residency for countless schools and school districts educating students in the arts. It is my belief that one should take pride in their heritage. I also believe that one should advocate for what they believe in. Wherever you may have descended, migrated, or arrived from should always remain embedded in you. I value learning about a variety of cultures, people, and their beliefs so that I can incorporate it into the learning experience. It is my goal to practice culturally responsive teaching principles when teaching and leading. Consciousness guides my daily life. I can remember being a young girl and witnessing many injustices and wondering, where were the teachers? Even now as an adult, when I see injustices like the killings of innocent unarmed Black youth, I often wonder, where are the teachers? Why aren't they advocating equally in an outrage about their students? Learning about injustice, capitalism, and the systemic structure keeping the poorest uneducated and incarcerated since youth. I once thought these things that I learned growing up were weird. Understanding the historical influence of African Americans pre-post slavery wasn't something that my peers were learning about in Mississippi at the ages of 8. Learning the role that music and the arts played in the lives of African Americans was taught daily in my home. Little did I know that this would help shape who I would become, even as an educator. Working to ensure that those without a voice are given an opportunity to be heard has become my life's work. I am a proud, educated Black woman from the rural South. I am a gifted education administrator, instructional specialist, culturally responsive teacher, children's advocate, mother, wife, sister, daughter, and performing artist. I am Michelle Moore.